Bree?
Hermine isn't quite done with us just yet, Rory. Tropical storm Hermine has sustained winds of 50 miles per hour and unfortunately is expected to bring another 6+ inches of rain to parts of the North Carolina coast. Take a look at this video from Hermine. Residents in the Tampa area were negotiating flooded streets today, and unfortunately, Florida Governor Rick Scott says a tree fell on a man who was homeless and it killed him. The man was sleeping in a tent near Ocala when it happened. This video out of Chatham County, Georgia, shows some of the damage Hermine did there. Trees and buildings were damaged by the strong winds. Unfortunately, some landed on homes. Some landed on power lines, causing power outages. Storm watches and warnings are still in effect, and they stretch as far north as New England. So we are not done with Hermine. Now, Hermine is not expected to influence us here in Nashville other than the wind you felt today, and I'll explain that in just a second. You see the storm marching its way towards the Atlantic, and it's going to continue to do that. It is actually expected to re-strengthen once it gets over ocean waters. Now, we have had gorgeous, clear skies, a little taste of fall today. That's courtesy of high pressure locked up to the north. These black lines that I added to the map here, these are isobars. They're lines of constant pressure. And when you get a really strong difference between high pressure and low pressure, which is what a hurricane or a tropical storm is, it can cause the wind to increase. And sure enough, when you take a look at the wind gusts on this map, of course, you see how it spirals around Hermine, but look how it's just flowing out of the Great Lakes right towards us here in Middle Tennessee. So the wind has been pretty steady today. Even with clear skies, we've had gusts upwards of 25, even near 30 miles an hour in some spots. Not seeing much as far as cloud cover. The cloud shield from Hermine has been trying to slowly kind of creep its way across the Smokies, but it's just not going to make it here because of the influence of that high pressure. This is what the wind speeds are right now. This is the windiest it's going to be for the next few days. So we will improve as far as the wind goes into the weekend. Sustained winds are between about 5 and 15 miles an hour right now. They're still gusting a little bit higher than that. The wind actually also helped keep temperatures down a touch today. That cooler, drier air still filtering in out of the northeast, and gorgeous. 78 right now in Crossville, 81 Lafayette, 83 Nashville, 81 Bowling Green. It has been so long since we've had below average temperatures. This is such a treat, especially the dry air with it. So currently we're sitting at 83 winds, still pretty gusty out there. Our average high 87. And so far today, the highest temperature, 84. I don't think we're going to warm up anymore. It's going to be smooth sailing for the rest of your Friday night. Lots of folks heading down to the square tonight. Look at this. Thousands of people will be gathering. The concerts continue this evening. If you're going to be going to Live on the Green, this is what you can expect. Temperatures are just going to get better as we head into the evening, mid-70s by 8 o'clock tonight. The wind is also going to slowly start to back off the farther we get into this Friday night. So improving weather to take you into your weekend. No complaints here. We'll bottom out at 63 in Nashville. That means outside the city, we could see some upper 50s tomorrow morning, and Saturday is going to be gorgeous. A little bit warmer than today, but the humidity should still stay low for us. 86 for tomorrow. Here's your 70 forecast. The heat creeps back up as we head into the weekend. It'll still be warm, but the humidity doesn't really return until we get to Monday. That's because our wind is going to shift to a southerly wind on Monday, and a southerly wind is a warm, steamy wind even this time of year. We'll keep the rain chances away for our Labor Day weekend. Looks like they'll start to creep in on Tuesday, Rory, but the best chance for rain, and it's still scattered in nature, that holds off until next Wednesday.
Thanks, Bree.